Okay, so more about Young Guns, the movie. All right, so it's discuss. There's so here it's Welcome to Spoiler Town. I'm gonna take you to Spoiler Town. Uh, Going through the movie, discussing the scenes in the movie, what happens in Young Guns. So Emilio as Billy the Kid. He meets Kiefer as Josiah Doc Scarlock and Terrence Stamp as John Tunstall. So that's how the movie starts. Well, after that one opening scene. So Billy meets those two characters. All right, spoilers. Okay, so Billy he stays on Tunstall's ranch to help work and protect the property. The property, which pretty much means they're the animals on the land of this ranch. So they're riding horses, but I think there might have been chickens, possibly. Yeah, I remember chickens. Um, there was hogs, pigs. I don't remember any cows. So that's sad that they consider living animals as property. That's still going on today. So that's what Billy was doing on the ranch, protecting the land and the animals, along with the rest of the regulators, rest of the main cast. These guys. Okay, so Billy and the rest of the cast, they call themselves regulators because they regulate the ranch, the protection of it. Okay. So Casey's character, uh, Charlie Bowdry, he tells Billy that he said, pigs is as smart as dogs. He said he knew a fella in El Capitan that taught his pig to bark at strangers. So that's kind of funny. Pigs don't bark; they oink. But it's nice that he at least that Charlie at least acknowledged that pigs are as smart as dogs. They're uh, intelligent animals, and not that an animal or humans should be judged by their intelligence, whether they have worthiness of being alive, but just to acknowledge that they are at least equal in value, pigs to dogs. So I like that he made that connection there. That pigs are highly intelligent. Well, intelligent. They're intelligent. So they're equal in value to dogs and any other animal. Unfortunately, they were still eating them. They had different options back then, not as many, especially out in the desert. I don't know what fruits and vegetables were available out there. So, definitely different back then. They relied more on, because of scarcity of things, they relied a lot on eating animals back then. A lot of people rely on eating animals now, even though they don't have to. There are many other options available, so that is very unfortunate. and disappointing in humanity. Okay, anyway, uh, there's a dinner scene that involves Dirty Steve, Dermot, played by Dermot Mulroney, um, who likes to chew and spit tobacco. He looks dirty. Uh, Dirty Steve laughs when Billy says he has a way with the cattle, which kind of does sound funny. Like, what do you mean by that? You have a way with the cattle. So that's Dirty Steve thought that was funny, so he's laughing. Billy didn't like that. Billy didn't like being laughed at, so he gives him a look, dirty look. Charlie laughs too, and then Tunstall makes them apologize to Billy, saying he says to I think he says congratulations to Charlie and Dirty Steve. They're going to have to wash the dirty crockery, the dishes. Just the two of them, because they were laughing at Billy for saying he has a way with the cattle. I think Casey's character Charlie even says he's got a way with the hogs too. Okay, so Charlie and Dirty Steve, they apologize to Billy. They say they were just hacking on him, which is a funny expression. It sounds violent. They said, apologies, William. We was just hacking on you. Yeah, Billy, we was just hacking on you, says Charlie and Dirty Steve to Billy. Okay, and then Charlie Sheen. His character is called Dick Brewer. He says to Billy that there was a rumor that Billy killed a man. And then Dirty Steve asks why he killed the man. He asks Billy, why'd you kill that man? And then Billy looks really serious. He looks at him he looks at Dirty Steve, and then he looks at Charlie. Real serious, tough. And he says, he was hacking on me. So at that moment, perhaps Charlie and Dirty Steve were regretting having been hacking on Billy. Lou Diamond, who's right next to them, I think he gives like a smirk. Okay. Jack Palance. I didn't write it down here. Is the first name of the character he plays? Jack Palance, the villain, the main villain of the movie Young Guns. He plays a character with the last name Murphy. I don't have the first name here. I don't remember what his first name was. But his last name was Murphy anyway. So he's the main villain of the movie of Young Guns. He played it very well. He was a great villain in the movie, in my opinion. Jack Palance is a really good actor. He was in I don't think I have it. I have something like that Jack Palance was in, like from a long time ago, a western. Uh, but I think he was in something else that I don't have. I think it was called Shane. So that's a famous western. Jack Palance played the bad guy in that. So Jack Palance is a very good actor. I don't think he's alive anymore. He was old when this movie was made. Young Guns. Uh, okay, so Murphy shows up on Tunstall's ranch. He shows up with Sheriff Brady, the sheriff of Lincoln County, and a lot of other men on horseback. So they show up on Tunstall's ranch, and um, on Tunstall's ranch, it's just those guys and Tunstall. So they were outnumbered by all these men that Murphy showed up with Sheriff Brady with. So way outnumbering the regulators. Um, Tunstall is accused of stealing from Murphy, and Dick Brewer says, "This is funny." Okay, so there's a I guess maybe they were trying not to have. No, this doesn't. Maybe they were just trying to. I was going to say maybe they were trying to not have as many swear words. Um, like when it comes to making movies, like certain restrictions, like you have so many swear words in a movie, and you have to have a higher rating, like from PG to PG-13 or to R, all that. But I think maybe this is just like a. I think this was. I guess I'm assuming this was a swear word that was used back in Old West times. But it's funny because it sounds funny, and it's I never heard it before. Like I didn't like for many years I was like, what is Dick Brewer saying at this point in the movie? And I didn't know until I got it on Blu-ray because I could put the subtitles up. I couldn't do that on VHS, so I could find out what he was saying. He was okay. So after Tunstall is being accused of stealing from Murphy by the sheriff, uh, Dick Brewer says that's a fargan. So similar to another F word. He says that's a fargan lie, and you know it. Fargan. Fargin apostrophe. That's a fargan lie, and you know it. So I thought it was funny because I'm sure most people nowadays have never heard of the word fargan. So I'm not sure about the word origin of that one, but it's funny. It's a fargan lie. Farg you. Oh, that's for that one. Okay. Okay, so then Murphy tells Tunstall that the sheriff had invested a lot of money in Murphy's store. His life savings. That's how he says it. Jack Palance. Murphy also has on his side the territorial district attorney, the chief justice, the U.S. district attorney, and that's known as the Santa Fe Ring. Those are the bad guys in the movie. Okay, so then Tunstall's response. It's a good line, I thought. Okay. Let's see. I was trying to see if it's more than one sentence. It looks like it's just one long sentence. Okay, so I thought this was a good line in the movie. So this is Tunstall's response to Murphy. Okay, so this is Terrence Stamp is saying this in the movie as Tunstall. So he says, "I made a very long steamship journey from London, Mr. Murphy, so I shall be damned if I'm going to be dissuaded by something as ugly as political corruption." I thought that was a good line in the movie. The way Terrence Stamp delivered that. Something as ugly as political corruption. Terrence Stamp. I think I've seen him in a couple things, but Pretty sure that was Zod. He was in the Superman. Which Superman movie was it? He was one of those early Superman movies. Christopher Reeves. There's a Reeve or Reeves. So he was a bad guy in that one. Oh, I better stop.